Okay. Hello and welcome to today's 5 at 5 show. And in this show, we'll obviously discuss.
You said 5 at 5 at I'm like it's 12:30.
Oh,
What is he
yes.
talking about?
Yeah, from Indian times perspective.
Yeah.
Yes. And in this show, obviously, we'll focus on the second semi-final of the ongoing ICC Women's
See, there
T20
will
World
be
Cup.
three topics,
Yes.
One is today's World Sports
Semi-final.
Journalism Day.
Yes.
Let's talk about that.
Yep.
Number two,
The
we'll talk
semi-final.
about the women's semi-final, of course, and we'll talk about the men's.
Takeaways from the first T20 between men's England versus India. Okay, so let's start with the World Journalism Day.
Absolutely. First of all, a huge, shout out to every single journalist because sports journalism from the other end of the keyboard seems the easiest job. You're meeting players,
Yeah.
you're taking pictures with them.
This is the life I want.
This is the life I want. You are in a different country, probably you're waking up in a different country every 2 months, 3 months. But sports journalism is a lot more than that, which is tough for most people to understand. That's why on Sports Journalism Day, my day at least started with certain people in Twitter from a certain player's fan base. And by the way, let me make it very, very clear: the player is not to be blamed for the toxicity of the fans at all. So when any fan base treats or mistreats journalists, it's unfortunate,
Yeah.
but also it's part and parcel of the game. But on a very different note, these things will be part of it. But how has this journey been? By the way, for people who do not know, he's a civil engineer, right?
Yes.
So from civil engineer to journalist, how has it been?
Oh, it's for me still it's kind of a dream because see, I think after COVID things got changed for so many lives.
Yeah.
I think not for me. So from that journey, from there on, I got that opportunity in my previous company.
Which I should.
Yes, we are back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, it's a one-hand problem because I can only use one hand of mine. So I was trying to do something else. Yeah.
Yes, but yes, as I was saying that in my previous organization, I got the opportunity to write and talk about cricket, and it is completely out of love and passion for the game, and from there I got that opportunity in rep sports, and now what? I think it's nearly 3 years now in rep sports.
Don't ask me. I don't know how many years you're working for.
Yeah, nearly 3 years. Yes, nearly 3 years. More, yeah, nearly 3 years. So it's been good. The opportunities. Talking to players, the interviews, and the opportunity to explore this kind of tournaments. The World Cups and all, and being part of the historic Korea World Cup tournament. I consider myself a big lucky one
Yeah,
to be
of course.
part of. Yes, along with Trishadi, obviously we did the job. We take some credit in that. Yes, but overall it has been a superb journey.
We take, by the way, just for people who love getting things wrong, we don't take the credit for India winning.
No.
We take the credit
To be
for
part of
covering
that.
that,
Yeah, to be
because
part of that
just
journey.
by the way, there are a lot of people who keep writing about the women's game from their houses.
Yeah.
I'm sure, first things first, I think the way Rev Sports covers every event from on ground. Very few do that. It's a vision that Boria
Yes.
Majumdar saw, and he has been fulfilling it. Yeah, this is my fourth trip to
Yes,
UK.
UK only.
But yes, I mean, apart from luck, I think I would add the word hard work, because
Yes.
I do think I work very hard. I can give that credit to myself. Thanks, of course, to Boryada for the
Yes,
opportunities,
absolutely.
but also I think you are absolutely correct, and I'll tell you how journalism has been fulfilling for me. So I was a cricketer, right? And everywhere I went, what do you want to become when you grow up? I want to become a cricketer. Women's cricket. Yeah, someone called Mithali Raj plays that, but she's good at it. But does India have a team? I mean, where does she play for? What happened? So the entire women's cricket,
Landscape.
film, the landscape, I have seen that
Getting
being
changed.
in, yeah, I have seen that getting changed, and I've always wanted to be part of it. So
Yeah.
today, even during the bilaterals, Nehashish, you
Mhm.
know this, I was
Yes.
the only journalist here.
Exactly. Exactly.
And in fact, in Taunton, it was almost a one-on-one press conference because
Mhm.
I was the only one
Exclusive
there.
press conference.
Exclusive. And how many exclusive press conference I have had
Yes.
in
Since
Mullanpur?
last year.
Yeah, in Mullanpur. Then
I think in England only
in
bilateral
England
series.
bilateral series. It's not easy when there is nobody. You still turn up and you still do the stuff. It's not easy when you wake up and you're trolled badly and you still do the stuff. But all this is worth it because I love the sport. We
Exactly.
love sports.
Yes.
I mean, for example, we wake up in the morning, we make our breakfast. We have While having breakfast, what are we doing? We're watching FIFA World Cup
Highlights.
highlights. And then now in a few
Hours.
in a few hours we'll be at Wimbledon. We are not covering it per se, but we are
But we
going there
visit.
because we really want to visit.
Hmm.
And then we'll be back
For the
at
semi-final.
Oval for the semi-final. So our world starts with sports, and we love what we are doing. So happy Sports Journalist Day to every single
Everyone.
journalist. But do remember that um, behind us taking pictures with players, there's also us vomiting and still doing live shows. And we are
Yes.
still there with half fractured fingers.
Yes. You don't get to see the behind the scenes
Yeah,
things.
you don't get to see the behind the scenes stuff
You only
things.
see the good things.
Yeah, and it's not easy for 70, 80 days. It
Yeah.
is a good life that you're outside India, but also it's a very, very tough life when you're outside India. But again,
Yes.
shout out to every single person. Now let's move on to there are questions, obviously. Snehashish, you should speak more, Shri says. You have wonderful insights. Keep doing a good job.
Okay. Thank you, Srish. I'll do. Thank you.
We keep telling him. I think I have been pushing this guy more than
No doubt about that. No doubt about
at times, I kind of feel I am pushing him more than he himself is
I kind
motivated.
of agree.
But Snehashish, let's first talk about the England game,
Yeah.
England India men's game, and then move on to the main game. I would say the
Main
most
game.
important
Yeah.
game right now, the semi-final. So when you talk about the India England game, of course, it was a washout.
Hmm.
But there is one thing that the whole debate around Vaibhav Suryavanshi. What's your take around that? Do you think that?
Is it time?
No, I just want to understand the hype around Vaibhav. I
Hmm.
understand he's a very good player, and I'm not doubting that.
Mhm.
But do you think it is a little weird that you have just won the T20 World Cup with Abhishek and Sanju?
Mhm.
Sanju has one player of the match for what, 2, 3 games
Three games.
consecutive, 3 games
Yes.
consecutively,
Hmm.
and then 2 bad games, and suddenly questions on his position, and Vaibhav has become the best.
I think fans are now questioning more because they want to see Vaibhav Suryavanshi in action. That is why maybe I think it's quite wrong time for Sanju for not scoring these runs.
But
But
only 2 games.
yes, I know, but see, I think as you mentioned, it is quite right approach from the team management that they stick with the opening partnership of Sanju Samson and Abhishek Sharma. I think they were brilliant in the World Cup. Yes, Abhishek could have done better in the World Cup, but still, I think as a pair they have been good. And Abhishek has been doing good in the Ireland also. He scored few runs. Yesterday also he scored that 50. But for Sanju, I think it is wrong time because the hype around Vaibhav Suryavanshi is growing day by day. People
Also,
want to see.
do you kind of feel it has also got to do with how inconsistent Sanju has been at the
Yes,
international level?
that has been his problem throughout his career.
Yeah.
See, I think if you now see his stats, only though apart from those 3 knocks in this in those World Cup matches, those crunch situation, it was brilliant to see the way he batted. He guided India to those victories. It's all fine. But apart from those 3 knocks, if you take other 10 or 15 knocks, previous 10, 15 knocks, he has been inconsistent. So that has been the problem with him. And the potential that he has, and the quality that he has, I think that has not helped him at all. Yes, even I think if you ask me, even I think in IPL also we saw that, right? In IPL also we saw he's scoring 1 or 2 good knocks, 80s, 100, and then again 4 or 5 knocks he is not scoring. So I think that has been the problem with Sanju. So I think he has to be more consistent. But as I am saying that, I think it is quite a wrong time for him not to score because people are really wanting to see Vaibhav Suryavanshi, the 15-year-old kid, in action. The whole England is talking about it. The whole English media is always is there, as you know, Rohit Bhai was telling in the pre-match live show of yesterday, is that even even if the English media guy is not attending the press conference, when he is coming out and asking what are the questions, he is only pointing out, let me know about Vaibhav Suryavanshi situation. That is only I need from the Indian PC. So that speaks a lot of volume. The buzz that the kid has managed to create. But see, I think Amit ji said yesterday in the pre-match live show that it's most likely that after 2 or 3 games maybe in this series we might see him getting a chance. But I think as of now, I think Sanju needs to score some runs for himself. I think going forward, if you don't score runs, there are a lot of options waiting. India can easily use Ishan Kishan also as an opener. So there are a lot of options, and I think things are not looking good for someone like Tilak Verma as well. The strike rate issue and the issue against playing against spin. I think that has been the problem. So let's see how both of them they do. It's good to see Shreyas scoring that 50 yesterday. From the captain as captain, his first 50. So it's good to see Abhishek Sharma, as I mentioned, he's scoring runs at a fantastic rate, and the average that he managed to keep up along with this strike rate, I think he has been phenomenal. So I think this good. These are two good points from yesterday's games because obviously get the game didn't happen, but let's see. But let's see in the upcoming games whether Sanju managed to score some runs, because as I'm saying that is quite wrong time not to score runs, because people are really wanting to see Vaibhav Suryavanshi in action. Okay, okay, let me check. Is there? Okay, 1 second. Yes. Okay, I think another player that I have to talk about, I think from India's perspective, I think Shibam Dube. I think Shibam Dube more than CSK. I think for India, I think he has been brilliant. Even yesterday also, what 42 of 21, if I'm not wrong. Yes, 42 of 21, 200 strike rate. The role that he has been playing at number 6, number 7, whenever needed, I think he has been brilliant. More than I think in CSK also, the management tried, kind of expected this kind of performance from him in a consistent manner. I think he could have done better in terms of consistency, but still I think he had enough impact. But still, for India, I think he has been more consistent and he has been doing the job throughout the World Cup. We saw that important runs down the order, important boundaries, at crunch situation. And yesterday also 42 of 21. I think it was a good start from him as well in the series. So I think 189 on the board. It was not a bad score for India, but still, England have a very deep batting lineup. They would fancy to chase down any target, especially while playing in England, and the pitches are quite flat, if you ask me. And it was quite overcast conditions yesterday. So after winning the toss, when India decided to bat first, it was quite surprising. But still, I think they did enough to put, I think, 189 score. I think we could have discussed more if India would have bowled, but still, let's see what happens in the second T20. If I'm not wrong, that is going to be happen in Manchester. So let's see what happens there. Okay, okay. Let's take few comments then, and then we'll shift our focus to the semi-final of the Women's T20 World Cup, England versus South Africa. Okay, 1 second. 1 second. Okay. Okay, the Craig Jing sir, happy World Sports Journalism Day Team Ref Force. Thank you. Yuko Manikandan, I think England have a slight edge in this match. They are unbeaten in this World Cup. South Africa still not selected their right playing 11. Kyler Aneke in place of Dane. Then the team is very well. Go well, South Africa. Yuko Manikandan, I think you are quite correct. I think South Africa will go with Kyler Aneke in place of Danny Van Niekerk. So I think that can give them more balance. Another spinner in the mix-up, another power hitter down the order, along with any Derrickson, Mason Cab, Nadine de Klerk, etc. So I think then they can have a better balance. And see, I think for South Africa, they know that they are yet to play the best game. They are capable enough to play more better games. So I think you never know. In these 2 games, they might come good and they might have end up winning their first T20 World Cup. So let's see what happens. But a big game, England versus South Africa. The home crowd will be there, cheering for England. England have been super, 5 wins of 5 games in group stage. They have been pretty dominant in all 3 departments. And the way Danny White, Sophia Kirsten has a fantastic record in South Africa in World Cups, be it 50 over weight T20s. So let's see how the things pan out. But for me, I think for South Africa, it will be good if they pick Keller Aneke instead of Danny Van Niekerk. I think that will give a better, as you said, Yuko Manikandan. Okay, is the genius saying Australia becoming 7-time champion? Let's see. Let's find out whom they are going to face. But let's see, Australia looking very, very, tough, tough team so far. Bhavjot Singh, how your views about the transfer of captain Smithy to Herman in T20s? To Smithy to from Herman can play as a batter only. I think we have discussed this several times already that Harmanpreet Kaur is indeed needed in the team as a batter, but I think it's high time to to give the captaincy to someone like Smriti Mandana. But still, but let's see whether that happens or not. But as of now, I think till the Asian Games, it is not going to be happen. So after that, we can discuss. Yes.
No, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Shad Nizamuddin saying Jamie and Yastika is not a T20 player. Jamie, I
Yeah,
think.
much like Bethmoni is not a T20 player. So what's your point, Shahid Nizamuddin? You don't need to hit sixes. Please understand. I get it that both Yastika and Jemmy, by the way, let's clear this out. Both Yastika and Jemmy were horrible in this World Cup. There's no doubt about that. But that does not make them not T20 players. You have fast tracked, clearly you have fast tracked Yastika after her injury. Secondly, with Jemmy has played such brilliant T20 knocks. Look at how many times. See, you have to also understand the impact. You can't just go about, we go about harping on strike rates without understanding the impact of a player's performance. I was just trying to take out the stats. Jemmy, the number of times, the percentage wise win is the highest win. So Jemmy has scored 1650 plus. Jemmy has 1650 plus scores in T20s, and India has won 13 of those matches, which is the highest win percent when one of your batters have gone and scored 50 plus. So while you talk about somebody being a T20 player or not being a T20 player, you also have to see how impactful she is. You know what Jemmy gives you? Jemmy gives you good running between the wickets, but the other person also has to run. Why do you think someone like Jemmy and Harman run very well between the wicket? And they have some good partnerships where you'll see they will convert the ones into twos. Most other Indian batters aren't running those runs. You have to find gaps and get boundaries. Look at Beth Mooney. She scored boundaries. Nat Silverbrand scored a century. Only boundaries. You find gaps, get boundaries. Your strike rate will still be good, and you're still a T20 batter. For to be a T20 batter, you don't need to throw the kitchen sink at everything.
Absolutely. Hari Prasad Gaur saying England are favorites. Let's see how they play against South Africa.
Um,
They're kind
you
of
are
favorites.
correct. The way England, I'll correct this. The way England has played so far in this tournament,
They
they
are
are
firm favorites.
firm favorites. Their home condition, home crowd, and I'm going to, and Oval is going to be
Yeah.
jam packed
Yes.
today. Of course, the press box will also be jam packed with England journalists. It's huge, and England has not won the T20 World Cup from 2009. Big occasion for South Africa as well, but do not forget that South Africa
Has quality.
quality side. I mean, this the other thing is if you look at both the teams, they have quality bowling lineup.
Yes. SG Genius saying the question left. One second.
The question only went away somewhere. Wow.
Yes. Why does Sanju Samson average 27.5 after 61 matches? The inconsistency, as we had discussed.
Yeah.
I think he has been inconsistent throughout his career, and that is why he has not fulfilled his potential.
Exactly. He has not fulfilled his potential, and I understand the disappointment that people have in Sanju. I think it's the same thing that people have as far as Shafali is concerned. Jemmy is concerned. There's so much potential, but if it does not come into results, then
in a consistent manner,
Yeah.
it will not work. Denver Johnson saying if there is any team that can stop the Aussies, it's England. They seem unstoppable but not invincible. Hope Danny gets going and Nat plays today. England has the best bowling squad in the world at present. Yes, Nat Brandt is back and she is playing.
yeah, she did the press conference yesterday, so she'll be playing, of course. And it's two T20 games. She won't be bowling, but she will definitely be batting. And the moment you see Nat Brandt there, the whole lineup changes.
Yes.
So credit where it's due. I think Sophia Dunkley did well when she came.
Yes.
But I don't know. I don't understand her technique at all. That's it.
UK Manikandan, I think Sri Lanka is a very good choice to host the Asia Cup. Sri Lanka will host the Champions Trophy next year. Playing the Asia Cup there this year would help players to get used to the conditions.
What? I think Sri Lanka is a very good choice to host the Asia Cup. Sri Lanka next year. Playing the Asia Cup this year would help players get used to the condition. Yeah, yeah. And it favors India as well, Asia Cup, the turning tracks. But unfortunately, in Asia Cup also, I think we'll miss Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka as a spinner, I think, is pretty good. I'm just hoping because it's in Sri Lanka, especially they give Prema Rawat a chance.
Priyanshu saying Happy World Sports Journalist Day. Sneashish bhai, what's your secret sources telling about South Africa preparation? See, I think South Africa are quite ready. We got an exclusive interview of Tasmin Brits ahead of this match, and she sounded quite confident, and she's telling that still it's quite within their range, and they are having that belief that this time they can do that, but one game at a time. They know it will be very tough against England, in home soil, against the home crowd. They have to surpass that pressure, the extra pressure. But again, they have that belief that they can do, and they will hope that they can play better cricket, whatever they have done so far in the group stage.
I have a question. Uh, do you guys not understand the meaning of the words you use? Shubham Vashisht, you have written, take my question, please, if you have guts. Why do we need guts to take questions? And that too, your question is, and I'll read it out, Harman captain till year 2099. Till then, she will have strike rate of 120 in T20. Abhi to 110 hai. Harman go BCCI 50 over World Cup was a fluke. Why do we need guts to take this question? I'm a little confused. What are you trying to say? What do you want to say? And whether Harman remains the captain or she does not, if you say winning the World Cup is a fluke because the other teams probably did not perform till potential or whatever it is, then every World Cup win is a fluke.
Every win is a
Every win is a fluke because the other team is not playing well. ठीक है, अब वो बोल के खुश हो गए तो बस हो गया. इसमें guts की क्या बात है भाई? You are commenting, we will take it. You know why we avoided your comment? I'll tell you why Snehashish did not take your comment. Because it is disrespectful and because it is
makes no
distasteful.
sense.
If you're talking about a leadership or management change, talk about it. We will discuss about it. We also believe that Harmanpreet Kaur, the captain, should be changed, and not only the captain. It is not Harmanpreet Kaur alone. It is also Amal Mazumdar. The team management has to go through a shuffle because we have not achieved anything under this team, especially in the T20 format. It's a proper discussion. Discuss it properly. There's no issue with it. SGG in here has said, what has Sanju Abhishek pair done? They have played cricket. That's why they're in the team, to play cricket. The crick jinxer, Vaibhav's aura is not the white noise that the team can ignore. It will become louder as team delays his debut. Well, I think if Gautam Gambhir is going with his cricketing instincts, his coaching instincts, and the world is going with their emotional instinct. Both suit the whole drama around the series, Snehashish, which otherwise would be an absolutely boring and regular bilateral series.
Yes, the whole buzz in England is all about Vaibhav Suryavanshi now, right now, regarding men's cricket. Everyone is asking and waiting whether the 15-year-old kid will make his debut or not.
Yeah.
Yes, there's a super chat Trishari from Denver Johnson.
If anyone says Jemmy is not a T20 player, they're living in a place where the sun doesn't shine. The 100 and BBL didn't sign her by reading comic books. See, it's very easy, Denver, for people to say so-and-so is not a T20 player, so-and-so is not a one-day player. There is nothing called T20 player. There is nothing called one-day player. Cricketers are cricketers. Cricket is as simple as you see it, as simple as we know it. If you are a batter, you have to hit the gaps and you have to get runs. And when you say runs, I think one of the biggest issues which we have been talking about over and over again, two very, very basic issues need to be solved. One, role clarity. Clearly, the entire team has no role clarity, who's doing what. And number two, to play fearless cricket, it's one thing to say that we are going to play fearless cricket. And the other thing is, have you reassured the batters, the bowlers, the players to play, to be able to go out there and show that guts? That's different. And the other thing is, there are certain other basics, cricketing basics, like running between the wickets. which is missing from our side. We need to work on that instead of saying, oh, XYZ is not a T20 batter. Because if anyone tells me, as you said, Denver, if anyone tells me that Jimmy is not a T20 batter or Yastika is not a T20 batter, then I will say COVID has gone, but your bio bubble stays.
Shilamani asking any update Red Bull practice for test match.
I was just talking. Yeah, they are starting. In 1 or 2 days. I was in fact just
Yeah.
having I just got
Yeah,
a
the
call
media
from
guy.
the media manager, Jigar, who has been superb. By the way, a huge shout out to Jigar, because there needs to be a coordination between
proper
the
coordination.
journalists and the media manager. For example, he was asking that probably India is going to practice some 1.5 hours away from London. Would you want to come? It might be difficult. I said, and you want to cover the final as well. I said, look, India is priority, but also let me know if we can, we will cover it.
Yes.
He was also asking who else, and accreditation. So this is what a media manager does. The job, again, looks beautiful, but isn't easy. So in short, your answer is in 1 or 2 days they're beginning. Look, the players want to practice, but there has to be a ground. The World Cup is still on. They cannot just randomly enter a ground and say, "आज तो हम यही practice करेंगे भाई, हमारी मर्जी." ये तो नहीं कर सकते. So they'll need grounds. There are policies where you need, the bus will go there.
An
the team
ICC
will go
event is
there.
going on.
An ICC event is going on. It is not easy for the players. I'm sure they're up to the speed with the gym routines and all that, because that's there in the hotel itself. But practicing becomes tough. They're getting a ground. They'll start practicing. We'll let you know more about it. Okay. SK Panda is saying you should replace Sanju. Snehashish, enough of journalism. Now you go and play in place of Sanju.
For that first step, I have to contact Gautam Gambhir if he thinks I'm good enough or not. So let's see. First, we collect that contact, then I can discuss about it, and then I will let you know.
SG Genius says, what happens when Vaibhav flops? Then will they bring Priyan Sharia or Prabh Simran? कोई ना कोई मिल ही जाएगा, हम सबको डेब्यू करवा देंगे. 10 ऑर्डिनरी मैन, यार वैभव को मिडिल ऑर्डर में डालो, ओपनर्स को तंग नहीं करो. ठीक है. इसके पंडा, आई एम विद एसजी जीनियस. योर विद मींस क्या?
शायद सहमत है जो उसने बोला.
अच्छा, ओके. वेयर वाज Shirish, Rajat Patidar should be considered in the middle order in place of Tilak. Now we have too many left-handers in the lineup. And Rajat Patidar, I do think so far has shown that see, it's franchisee game, IPL. Of course, international cricket will be one notch higher. But even then, I think I
think he has showcased enough to get picked for the Indian team. I think when he came into the scenario, he was known only to play the spin better.
Yeah.
But I think with years going, I think he has improved.
With pace also.
With pace also, I think he has improved that, and the ability to hit, first ball or second ball six, just coming out to bat. Doesn't matter what is the stage, be it in the power play, be it in the middle overs, he has that ability also. He has improved that. So I think overall, whatever batting that he has showcased so far in last two IPL seasons, I think that Patidar should be considered going forward.
Yeah, can you keep your hands to yourself, which is in a very dangerous territory. Denver Johnson, thanks for the super chat again. Pratika is being wasted by not grooming her into T20 material. She should have been on this squad. Laura wasn't 1-2, but developed a great game. Absolutely.
I think next WPL might be the best chance for her to showcase how good or what is the stage of her as a T20.
Where is she?
Yeah, where she stands as a T20 player.
Yeah.
Again, under Abhishek Nair.
Okay, great. SK Panda, no Rajat. Okay, he does not like Rajat clearly. Hari Prasad Gaurav, leave Sanju Tilak. We took this comment.
Yeah.
SK Panda, 190 par score, slow and low pitch. Slow and low pitch में 190 par score कहाँ हो जाता है भाई? ये कौन सा pitch पे हो रहा है? Arindam Mukherjee, if Proteas wanted to win today's match against England, then they really need to play with authority and runs from Laura Boulevard bat. Yeah, absolutely. The only way they are going to win, the only way they are going to win is Laura Boulevard has to fire along with Tasmin Brith. and
Derrickson.
Marizane Cap, Derrickson, all of them have to fire. Uh, and I also believe, Arindam, Malaba hasn't been at her best this World Cup. Even the pitches have suited spinners. So I would like to see a good spell from her. And all these need to come together to contain England, because England, my God, is absolutely
Looking on a different level.
they're looking like favorites, even with us knowing Australia is in the World Cup final.
And England loves home World Cups.
Oh yeah,
England Omen.
yeah, corrected. Okay, SK Panda, you're not expert, just reporter. You are also not expert, just viewer. तो अब
Yes.
क्या करना है इस बात का? ये कमेंट क्यों है? ये जो आप लोग कमेंट करते हो, क्या सोच के करते हो? इसका मीनिंग भी तो कुछ होना चाहिए. Syed Nizamuddin, I think women's cricket needs new approach. That is why we are saying you need
Yes.
new mindset. You
New
need
players.
new players. Of course, you have to groom players. I just think the grooming process, while the India A tours and all, I think
Then the
BCCI
bench
has done
strength
a
can be
fab job.
strengthened.
Yes. But the whole grooming, I think the perfect example is Prema Rawat. You did not carry her in any of those tours. She was not in your squad, and suddenly you give her a debut in the World Cup. Yes, nobody imagined that Sriyanka is going to be injured.
Yeah.
But you still have to be prepared, not for injuries, but for form dips. And in general, I always believe that a team should have a pool of 20, 25
Absolutely.
players, best 11, and then you know that, okay, X, Y, Z are replacements for different positions, which is where I feel we are kind of behind, and maybe that is the reason the management and leadership needs a change, because especially in T20 it has been 10 years we have not got anything, and don't give me uh, blast from the past saying, oh, we have women's cricket did not win so and so World Cup for so and so many years, because back then we didn't have the infrastructure, we didn't have WPL, we didn't have exposure. Now we should do much better, we should be able to do much better. Notorious new, is WPL failing to produce T20 players for India?
I think
Where do you think Charani is from? She's a WPL pick, right? Look, 5 years of WPL is not going to give you 5 players. You tell me, 5 years of IPL, how many players did you get?
And how many World Cup India men?
And how many World Cups did India win? T20 World Cups. You won in 2007, which was before the IPL, and then you won in 2024. So that
17
is,
years.
you were ready to give IPL 17 years. You're not ready to give WPL 10 years at least. When I said 10 years, 5 we have done. Give it 5 more. You will see 4, 5 very good players. Any update on Red? Oh, you took it, right? Yeah. Okay. Which month, Yuko Manikandan, which month Women's Asia Cup happening?
I think it's September.
No, I think it's before Asian Games.
Okay.
I think it's before
Asia Cup. Oh yeah.
Asian
I
Cup
think
is
before Asian Games. Yeah.
Yeah.
Asian Games happening in September.
Yeah. Let's game on. Asian Games will be held in Japan. Yes.
Yes.
Nagoya. हरिप्रसाद अच्छा, एक ही चीज 50 बार बोलोगे तो हमको कंफ्यूज हो जाएगा ना भाई. Notorious new. BCCI should take bold decisions for Indian women team like they took for Indian men's team by removing Sky despite winning the World Cup.
Yes, I think we have been talking about it. That it's high time to take some bold decisions regarding captaincy, regarding the team management, coaches, and everything, and introducing some new faces also. For example, if you think India have a home T20I series against Zimbabwe, in that series you don't need your senior players. Frankly speaking,
give
chances
Smriti,
to
Harman,
everyone rest.
Renuka.
Yes, give
all of
everyone
them
rest and try some new faces.
Correct.
That is how you can groom players. You cannot just groom players by picking hard and playing in one of the 5 matches.
And give players the chance who are currently in the India A T20 squad in England.
Exactly. Who are knocking that door.
Correct.
For the senior team. So I think in this kind of series where there's opportunity, I think they have to encash, and that is how you can groom and get your bench in stronger going forward.
Absolutely. Where was I? Let's game on. I'm really disappointed with the selectors. They could have given a chance to Prema Rawat in the Asian Games. They should have.
Yeah, I think it was pre-decided before the tournament only.
That's exactly what it seemed like.
Yeah.
Roops F5. Why can't our team take chances and give new players a chance? Everyone thought that Sophie Molyneux was not a good choice of captain, but see her now, they're willing to give chances. No, hold on a second. Roops, when people said that Sophie Molyneux was not a good choice of captain, it was not about her leadership qualities.
Because of fitness.
It was about fitness, and it still remains about her fitness, because she's a good captain. There's no doubt about that. But for how a captain has to play as many series as they play, right? Unless it's say against Zimbabwe or an Ireland, you can of course rest the captain. But with Sophie Molyneux, her injury phases have been bigger than her cricketing career, and it's unfortunate, but it is true. And that's where the question was asked about Sophie Molyneux, that somebody who's not part of the team regularly because of injuries,
how can she be
a
free format captain?
And that remains right now. Not even if Australia wins the World Cup, that question doesn't change. So understand that
even
question.
Before the World Cup only, she was struggling.
Yeah.
She was not bowling that much, I think, in the West Indies series.
Yeah, she did not even practice in one or two of those
even
practice
I think
sessions.
we got some comments from the Cricket Australia board, someone that they're watching her closely, the fitness and all, and they will take the decision accordingly. But it's good that she made the cut and she's doing well as captain so far.
Okay. Arindam Mukherjee to Denver Johnson. You are correct, but seems like current Indian team management, including captain, don't want to change the team much. They're quite happy with the current performance. It's not about happy. Nobody is happy. If you and me, who are
Not
journalists, fans, we are not happy, they're also not happy. Nobody is happy with their performance. But what happens going forward? Yes, then there needs to be a change. When will that happen? What all it depends on, we have to see. Anushka Sharma, Yukama Nikandan. Anushka Sharma is very good choice for number 3. She always play attacking. No, she does not play number 3 anywhere. She's not going to play number 3. I think eventually when she comes, she'll be probably number 4, 5. But yeah, Anushka is someone who should be in the team going forward.
Yes.
Pavan Suresh, hi guys. Hari Prasad Gauru, they selected same team for Asian Games, barring Kamalini, but at least they should select 6 to 7 new players with weaker teams. Agreed. Fireboy, I'll just quickly take a few comments and then we can close. Fireboy BA, England should win. SA don't deserve to be in the semis. They played very bad against Australia, Pakistan, Bangladesh, and in India match also just survived with dropped catches. Not a great performance overall.
But survived, na?
No, just a second. So that means nobody deserves. ये जो deserving की बात आती है ना, वो बहुत difficult है. I mean, ultimately they won.
Yeah. They managed to scrap through against India. Absolutely. India could have done that, and India should have been there. अब
India ने catches क्यों नहीं पकड़े?
तो उसमें उनका क्या है?
Achiever 6. आपको क्या लगता है? स्मृति कभी कैप्टन बन पाएगी कि नहीं? Nothing against Smriti per se. But I do think that right now would be the best time if in T20s you get a younger captain, be it Shafali, be it Jemmy. I think these are the front. Ideally these two should be the front runners. And because Jemmy is a franchisee captain already, I would say go ahead with her and groom her. I'm repeating again, it's very unfair on Smriti that she did not get the captaincy so far.
Captains.
Yeah, she did not get the full-time captaincy so far. But I also think that right now, if you're investing on someone, you should invest on a younger captain who can give you another 7, 8, 10 years. I'm not sure if Smriti can give you 10 years there. So
the age, the fitness, everything will come into.
Okay. I am work in progress. Trishadi, Snehashish and Boryada, you guys are doing great work covering practice, warm-up matches, pre and post game, answering all comments with respect. Great commitment. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Deepak Kumar, the current team India can't win CT 2027 and upcoming T20 World Cup. India needs changes at captain and vice captain level to bring new thoughts. 150 plus versus 175 plus in batting mindset is key to success. Yes, this is a very good point. And this 25 plus, now I will tell you something which is going to be extremely controversial because most of you won't agree. This 25 plus should come from running between the wicket.
Yes.
And Tasmin Brits has mentioned this. Can you know what Tasmin Brits said about the India match? Go ahead.
Yes. So when we asked her about that partnership between her and Mason Cap against India, so she clearly said that when we didn't have a good power play, we had 25 for 2, and then Cappy came in, and I was quite nervous at that stage. But the way Cappy started to bat, it gave me some time to settle in and help me a lot. And during the partnership, what has worked for them, she said the running between the wicket. She mentioned that we are running so well between the wickets, and approximately maybe 12 twos we have managed to
Yeah.
take. And those runnings actually help them to to keep up the net run rate despite not hitting so many boundaries or taking so much risks between in the middle overs. I think that had that worked from them according to her, and we saw that that 97 run partnership ultimately settled the ship, and eventually Cappy make sure that she remained there unbeaten and sealed the win for South Africa. So I think excellent point made by Tasmin Brits, and it was so good to see for a player like Tasmin Brits accepting that she was nervous and she was not looking that much settled at the start of that partnership, but eventually she scored those important 40 runs and gave that required support to Mason Cap.
Yeah, sorry. Um, I'm work in progress. Will you be going to cover Asian Games in Japan? Rev Sports will be there. I won't be there. There will be Rohan, Boryada,
Yes.
Sharmishta Di, and then for Para Asian Games there will be Rohan and Abhishek Mishra. Bhavna M. Reddy, Harmanpreet should step down from the captaincy on her own. Why would she do it on her own? I mean, I think people need to have a word with her. You have to give her that respect. She has led the team for what now, a decade. You have to sit down with her, talk to
I
her,
think
talk
on
to her
any
about the
player
future.
with any designation,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think you have to make
yeah.
have to have a good communication and good conversation to have that clarity going forward.
Okay, Sambhavi Ghimide, Trishadi, I think SA is winning, but if they are not, it's Australia all the way. It seems SA is winning. Let's hope so. Let's hope so.
Yes.
I mean, I think South Africa is that team, no, guys, that when they win, I think most people feel okay. ठीक है
When
यार, South Africa ही है.
when people's favorite team do not win,
Yeah.
I think most of the people go to South Africa.
Correct. Deepak Kumar, Pooja V, Amanjot, Kashvi will strengthen. When they're back, sure. Okay, Denver Johnson. Yes, that's a question I had to. Will you be traveling to Japan to cover the games? By the way, do listen to the song "Big in Japan" by Alpha Ville. No, I won't be, but of course, Rev Sports will definitely
Yeah.
win. Al, Arre bapu. Alta Machinery. Okay, Trisha, before World Cup, you said that India and South Africa will go from Group 1 and Australia will get knockout. Yes, I did. And
Yeah.
so what? I mean, exactly. Kya? It's a prediction, guys. ऐसा नहीं कि मैंने tattoo बना लिया इसका. It's a prediction. It went wrong. Move on, guys. Arindam Mukherjee, Trisha ji, Trisha ji, okay. What do you think about Harleen Dale? Is she become a good T20 player, which India needs? T20 player means play with over 120 strike rate. She wasn't even part of the India T20 team. So clearly, she's not
She is
in that
captaining the
scheme of
ODI
things.
side.
Yeah. And I'm sure Harleen will do a good job in that.
Yeah, she did well in the first match only.
Deepak Kumar, Yastika and Shafali opened with full Mali and Richard. Opened with full Mali? 3 कैसे जा सकते हैं? अच्छा, with full Mali and Richard 3-4. 5 and 6 open for new players. Deepti, Poojavi, Amanjot.
So no Smriti, no Harman, no Jamie.
Smriti, no Harman, no Jim. अरे बाप रे. Deepti, Poojavi, Amanjot, Charni, Kashvi.
अरे बाप रे.
G top 11. अच्छा बाप रे बाप. Jaydev Patil, why Smriti Mandana failed to perform in must-win matches? I feel she has often, in a pressure situation. I always feel, and I have never spoken to Smriti personally to know or understand that, but my feelings is that she gets confused between being aggressive and containing her wicket, staying in the crease so that others can play around her. So I feel both the roles confuse her continuously, and it confuses her more the moment Shafali gets out. Because when Shafali is playing, it's okay. Shafali is attacking, I'll play my game. But the moment Shafali gets out, and because it's often on in the 30s, and then Smriti gets confused. Should I change to 5th gear or should I stay in 3rd gear? Which is where I'm repeating again that role clarity has to be spoken about. Somebody, the coach, the captain of the entire team, has to sit down and say, you know what, till Shafali is here, she plays the role of the aggressor, you're the passive aggressive one. And then eventually when Shafali gets out, probably you are the one who goes for aggressive role, somebody else stays on. So it's that role clarity. When you say role clarity, it is not as simple as, oh, you're at number 3, you're at number 4, you're at number 5. No. what is expected of me, and in different situations. That's very important. Okay. Shinoy CJ, like men, we need separate ODI and T20 team for women team and should step down. Women team should step down. The whole team will step down. ऐसे थोड़ी होता है यार. Uh, I am work in progress. Trishadi, how do you make yourself move on from your dreams which you cannot fulfill despite giving everything? I cry. I am a very emotional person, and I accept my emotions. I think that's the first thing. For moving on, you have to accept the fact that yes, I failed. I crib. I I become sad. I probably give myself a little bit of comfort food, a lot of reading, but I also believe that every sunset brings a new sunrise. So good days will go, bad days also will go. So eventually, you have to live with the wounds, scratches, and move on. I think. And then some days it will come back to haunt you. But ठीक है, life है, अभी क्या कर सकते हैं. Egil PLVC. Do you think Brinda Dinesh has the power game which is required in T20? What's your view?
Not that power hitter she is. I think she is also very well, who can time the ball pretty well. She can find the gaps as well, and she's very technically solid. I think whatever we have seen, I think in the Rising Superstar competition also we saw the way she battles. And one good thing about her that when she is on song, she can be the consistent one. I think she loves to score runs in a consistent manner. She has that hunger. So let's see whenever she gets an opportunity for the senior team or not. But whenever she gets, I think that will be the challenge for her. I think she will look to be that consistent player that we are talking about. That at the top, she can be that consistent one.
Deepak Kumar, India's new team needs 6 months time before to go in CT 2027 in Feb in Sri Lanka, but it looks there will be not much change. Kaur and Smriti will continue as a disaster. No, too harsh, but yeah, change is needed, of course. Pavan Suresh, will you cover Asian Games? As I said, Rev will. I per se might. I per se will not. AGG, okay, this question is taken. Shushti, India need a reset and rethinking phase. We played ODI World Cup, T20 series, Year series against SA, Australia, England, then T20 World Cup, WPL, and again playing Test match against England. They need to cool down. They're all cool down. Relax. Denver Johnson, this is the last question we'll take, huh, guys?
Okay.
Okay. Denver Johnson, again another super chat. Thank you so much, Denver. I will be brutally honest. Molino is not a good captain because she's good. She's there because this squad is great. I still think she's just a figure eight. No, I don't think I agree with you. I mean,
I think she has done well regarding the bowling changes and all.
yeah.
I think the plannings and all. I think
No, she has done well
but
with all the
obviously the squad
angles
is
and
good and
yeah.
all. But still, you have to give credit to the captain when the team is doing good.
No, again, there are two ways. One is the captain is as good as the team,
Yes,
but also I think Sophie Molino has been proactive. She has been very good with her bowling changes, but I also understand where Denver is coming from. This Australian team, see, this was the Australian team before also, but they have all fallen in place.
Yes.
And you also have to give a huge shout out to Shelly Nitschke. I thought Shelly Nitschke and Sophie Maloney, for example, the whole Lucy Hamilton move, I think something that every country should pick up from. You invest in Lucy Hamilton, you pick her up before you pick up Megan Shoot, and you stick with her. Because for the first 2-3 games, she did not give you wickets, but you still stuck with her. And look how beautifully she's bowling. I think she got hit for a boundary in the very first ball
And
against West Indies, and then the sharp bouncers, the swing that she
and
got,
the pace.
and the pace she's bowling at. I think, Lucy Hamilton is a brilliant prospect to look at. But also the backing that gives you confidence. That gives you fearlessness. So that's about it. Let's close the show.
Yes, absolutely. So
Every
thank you,
time,
guys.
again, we spoke about doing a 30-minute show, but it's 49 minutes.
Yes, so thank you guys for joining in for all the lovely questions. Definitely we'll come back with the pre-match show live of the second semi-final between England and South Africa. So please join us there. Until then, take care and please follow the episodes for all the latest celebrity cricket sports. Thank you.